This video is sponsored by Juice. Every single design has a separate fan base. You can't use same design in every project. So in this video, let's create a brand new title transition for your video editing project inside of DaVinci Resolve in a few simple steps. The main key point of the tutorial is how to use follower modifier in the text tool and how to create colorful gradient background by using 4-corner color type. Combine all the things together and create a stunning motion graphics. Hey guys, this is Vikas from Skyline Motions, and without any further ado, let's open DaVinci Resolve, take a new project and get started. Alright, so this is DaVinci Resolve 18 edit page, and before we get started we have to do some basic setting as usual. So click on this setting button in the corner and set the size of this project 1920 by 1080, which is full HD resolution. If you want to create this animation in 4K resolution, you only have to select Ultra HD option from here. And now we have to select a frame rate. So in this case, I'm using 60 frames per second for smooth animation. And if you want to create this animation in 24 frames per second, you can select 24 frames per second for cinematic. And then you can click on save. Now let's create this animation inside of the Fusion page. So we have to take a new Fusion composition first. So just go to the media pool. If you don't have the media pool, you can simply click on the media pool button and then right click on the media pool and click on new Fusion composition. Let's call it anything, duration make it 5 seconds long, frame rate 60, and click on create. And then let's drag and drop the Fusion composition on the timeline just like that, and then go to the Fusion page. And here we have the media out node, so just drag this media out to the side for now. And now let's start by creating a background. So this is the background button. Let's drag and drop on the flow window, drag the background to the viewer. As you can see, we have a black background, so let's create a nice and simple gradient background. So just go to the type inside of the inspector window and select the 4-corner. And here we have to select 4 different color and create nice and simple color combination. So I'm going to select the top left color, maybe sky blue, top right, the pink color, bottom left, purple, and bottom right again, purple. Hit OK. Now we have a nice and simple gradient background. After that, we have to rename the background node. So select the background, right click on that, click on rename. Let's call it color. Hit OK. You can also select the node, hit F2 to rename. It's very simple. And now let's create a text node. So this is the text node. Let's drag and drop on the flow window. Let's attach the text with the background. So it's very simple again. Let's take a new merge node. So this is the merge node, and inside of the merge node we have 4 different points. So the yellow point is for background, green is for foreground, and this is the effect mask, and this is the output. So I'm going to use this color as a background, so we have to connect the yellow background point with this color and green foreground point with the text, because I'm going to use this text as a foreground. And let's drag and drop the merge one to the viewer. Before we get started, let's talk about today's sponsor, Juice. There is an amazing pack I Want It All bundle from Juice that includes premium as well as free tools and plugin for After Effects, Premiere Pro, and obviously DaVinci Resolve that hopefully increase your production and save you so much time and efforts. This pack contains liquid transitions, seamless transitions, shape elements, text preset, whiteboard animation, sound effects, and many more. It has a starter pack for absolutely free, so check out the link in the description of this video, and also find the link how to install Juice Pack Manager. After that, select the text and type anything whatever you want. Just like that, you can increase the size of the text. Let's set the value 0.25. After that, you can select your favorite font style. So in this case, I'm using Bebas New font style. So this is the Bebas New Pro font style, which is the Adobe font style, and I will give you a link in the description. So if you want to download the font, you can download from the link in the description, or you can also use any different font style that you like. Let's set the style maybe regular. It's looking nice. If you want to align the text in the center, you can simply right click on the preview window, go to guide and turn on the show guide. It is perfect. Now we have to animate the background first. So select the color background, attach a rectangle mask with this, So this is the rectangle mask. We have to animate the rectangle. So select the rectangle, let's increase the width and height and make it like this. After that, just place the CTI on frame number 60, which is equal to 1 second. Right click on center, click on animate, go to very first frame of this animation and let's drag and drop the rectangle outside of this frame. So as you can see, we have a linear animation right now. So let's make it smoother. Just go to spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen. Check the rectangle 1, click on fit button, highlight both the keyframes, hit H to smooth. Highlight this point and create a nice smooth curve just like that. You can place the CTI at frame number 30 and hold this point and set it like this. Perfect. Now let's have a look. So we have a nice and simple animation. Now you can close the spline window. After that, we have to animate the text. So select the text node, go to on frame number 40. I'm going to use the follower modifier for the text animation. So just right click on the text box, click on the follower, go to the modifier section, and here we have to go on the setting tab, and over here we have the position. Open the position, and this is the offset X and Y. So we have to animate the position of the text. So we have to do one thing, just right click on the offset, go to modify with and select the modify with XY path. Let's remove the existing animation. Right click on the Y and click on remove XY path. Right click on X and click on remove XY path. And we have to create the fresh new animation. So make sure you are on frame number 40. Right click on Y, click on animate, or you can also click on the diamond button to create a keyframe. Go to very first frame of this animation. Let's drag it down, set the value -0.3, put the value in round figure for better output. Just go to on frame number 240, which is equal to 4 seconds according to 60 frames per second. Right click on Y, click on set key and set the value as it is at frame number 240. Go to the end of this animation, let's drag it up a bit. So set the value 0.5 maybe. Perfect. And now let's animate the opacity. So just go to the follower, and here we have the opacity inside of the modifier tab. Just go to on frame number 40, right click on opacity, click on animate, go to very first frame of this animation. Let's set the opacity 0. And now we will get this type of animation, but we have to create a time gap between each character. So just go to the timing, and here we have the delay. Let's create a delay of 5 frames. We will get this type of animation. But this animation is linear right now, so let's make it smoother. Just go to spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen, click on fit button. We don't need the rectangle 1 for now, so uncheck the rectangle 1. And here we have the opacity and the Y parameter. So let's do one by one. Just uncheck the offset, check the opacity first and click on fit button. Highlight both keyframes. You can click on the smooth button or hit S on the keyboard to smooth. And then you can uncheck the opacity, check the offset Y parameter, click on fit button, and here we have the beginning animation and the end animation. So highlight these two keyframes, hit S to smooth. Highlight these two keyframes and hit S to smooth. Now we have to create nice and simple smooth graph. So just place the CTI at very beginning of this animation, maybe at the first keyframe. Highlight this point and drag it like this. Perfect. Now just place the CTI at 20 frame, highlight this point and drag it over here. And do the same thing for this one. So place the CTI at the end of this animation, highlight this point, hold this handle and create a nice smooth curve. Place the CTI at the center of these two keyframes, maybe 270. Highlight this point and set it like this. Perfect. Now you can close the graph editor. And here we will get something like this. Now let's create text scale animation. So we have to attach the new transform node with the text. Select the text, add a transform, select the transform and go to on frame number 130 right over here, and right click on size, click on animate. Let's increase the size value. So I'm gonna put the value 1.1 and then just go to on frame number 160, right click on size, click on set key and lock the position as it is. Go to on frame number 200, which is 40 frame forward in time from frame number 160, and set it to default. Go to on frame number 90, which is a 40 frame back in time, and set it to default. And now we have a linear animation. So obviously we have to create the animation smoother. Just go to spline window, hit F4 on the keyboard to full screen, uncheck the text. This time I want to smooth the animation of the transform, so check the transform only, click on fit. Again, highlight these two keyframes, hit S to smooth, highlight these two, hit S, and do the same thing for this one. So highlight this point and drag it like this. Perfect. Now go to the center of these two keyframes, which is 110, and set the handle over here. Just go to over here and do the same thing, just like that. Perfect. Now you can close the spline window, and here we have something like this. After that, you can add the drop shadow effect on the text, which is an optional step. If you want to add the drop shadow, you can add the drop shadow node. Otherwise, you can keep it as it is. But I want to add the drop shadow, so select the transform, hit Ctrl plus a spacebar for search box, search for drop shadow. So this is the drop shadow, hit add button, select the drop shadow node, and let's do some settings. So here we have the shadow strength. Let's decrease the shadow strength and set the value 0.3. Now it is looking like this. After that, we have to create the end animation. So it's very simple. I want to create a matte for this animation. So let's drag and drop the background node. This background is going to be the matte, so hit F2 on the keyboard to rename. Let's call it matte, hit OK. Attach a rectangle with this, just like that. Select the rectangle and increase the width and the height and make it full screen. Now it is looking like this. After that, we have to animate the rectangle, so select the rectangle, go to on frame number 240, which is equal to 4 seconds. Right click on center, click on animate, go to the end of this animation. Let's drag it up and set it over here. Set the round figure value 1.5. All right, and then just go to spline window. Let's make it smoother. This time we don't need the transform one. Click on fit button, highlight both the keyframes, hit S to smooth. Hold this handle and place it over here. Set the CTI over here. Highlight this point and just drag it like this. Now let's take a look. Perfect. Now you can close the spline window. Click on fit button. After that, let's take a new merge node. I'm going to use this matte as a background, so connect the yellow background point with this matte, green foreground point with this merge one, and drag the merge 2 to the viewer. Let's place the foreground inside of the background. So select the merge, go to the inspector window, and here we have the operator. Let's change the operator over to in. And now we will get this type of effect. We have to attach the media out node with the main output, and then you can go to the edit page. Just turn on the loop button and let's have a look. Perfect. Now let me show you how you can create multiple text. So it's very simple. Select the fusion composition, hit Ctrl C to copy, hit Ctrl V to paste, place the CTI on the second composition, go to the fusion page, and here we have to change the text. So select the text and type anything, whatever you want, just like that. And you can change the color as well. So select the color, you can select any color that you like, hit OK, and then go to the edit page. So this is the first title and this is the second title, and you can use these titles on any video clip. You only have to drag and drop these fusion composition on the second layer, and you have to place a video clip on this bottom layer, and then you can get the preview. So it's almost done. Just go to very first frame of this animation, hit Ctrl F to full screen, and let's have a look. Alright, so that's all for this video. I hope you guys like it. If you like it, then hit the like button for this video. If you are watching this video first time on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification for more interesting videos. My name is Vikas and I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.